The penultimate step is the second to last step before the jump. Many coaches and athletes believe that the goal of the penultimate step is to lower the hips and center of mass prior to the plant and takeoff. While lowering the hips is important, it is crucial to understand that by lowering the hips, it does have the potential to decrease speed before the board. Setting the jump up starts from the third to last step, which is actually one of the most important steps. Here, the athlete should begin to drop the hips and create more of a horizontal shin projection, or angle, as the goal is to create a velocity into the board. Following the third step, the next stride, which is the penultimate step, is much longer and is known as the biggest step of the run. During this penultimate step, it is important to note that the hips and shin angles do drop, but there needs to be an understanding of how far they do drop. By dropping the hips and allowing the knee to roll over the toe, and then transferring the penultimate step to the takeoff foot, this process is a quick, what I like to call pass over or roll over, through the penultimate foot right into the takeoff foot. My aim here is not to spend too much time pushing into the takeoff board. By spending too much time pushing, this is what will create the significant decrease in speed. Many coaches and athletes believe that lowering the hips is bad. While I may agree in some cases, a healthy lowering of the hips, met by a higher hip position at the board, can lead into a great transfer of energy, which results in a great jump. Passing through the penultimate step quickly and enabling the hips to get from a low position during the penultimate into a high hip position during the takeoff leg at the board is crucial. So to wrap it all up, here are a few takeaway points I want to drive home. Third to last step creates the setup of the jump. Here it is important to drop the hips and begin to lower the shin angle for the penultimate step. Second to last step, the hips continue to drop while the body stays erect. Remember, this is a quick pass over the foot, and as the athlete passes over, the hips begin to rise up higher through the takeoff leg. It is okay to drop the hips to a small degree, as long as the speed does not significantly decrease, and the athlete knows to rise the hips out of the dip into the board. We then enter the takeoff at the board. The hips are high and the body is leaning slightly back, and the goal is to collide at the board as fast as possible. The plant leg is slightly bent and the same side arm will be blocked to help support the collision. Once the foot is planted, the athlete will be propelled into a horizontal jump, which is what we call the best event in the world, or otherwise known as the long jump.